Okay, hi Christina. So we had a good session today. We are talking about a family constellation session, which was done by Christina today in Mountsville, New Vrindavan Farm Community. So we had an interesting conversation, a family constellation session we want to talk about. There was a client who basically, what was the problem the client came up with?
The client had a problem because she felt she lives in a community with many people and no one understands her.
Yeah, I am not understood. That was the message. I am not understood
By anybody.
by anybody. Yeah. And so when we put the representative in the field, and then when we saw the behavior of the representative kept on jumping from one person to another in a very demanding way, very needy way, right? Mm-hmm. That was your clue to see what was going on, right? And from that clue, you went on to a concept which you want to teach. The concept was that that a child is needy.
Yes.
And when one grows up in age, but still doesn't grow up emotionally, one keeps on continuing their needy behavior. Right? Can you expand on that? What was
Sure.
That? Yeah.
So we all humans have needs. And some basic needs is the need to be heard, they need to be seen, they need to be appreciated, they need to be held, touched, loved. And those are basic needs of a baby. So sometimes what happens is when mother or father cannot fulfill all of those needs because of reasons of their own, the child feels like there is a hole, that they need something that was not fulfilled. And so they grow up, but that need is very important to them. And so they try to fill that childhood need with the people around them. Like this girl now is like 25 years old. And so she is acting like a child, trying to have the need to be seen and heard, filled with people like a child. And most grown-ups won't do that. So she then is in danger of feeling, actually people will feel or will tend to manipulate this person for their own needs because she's very needy. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So let me understand this now. So you're saying there's nothing wrong in having a need.
No.
But there is a time to fulfill that. A child, there is a time to fulfill your childhood needs, and then once you get them fulfilled, then we move on to our adulthood needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this particular client is still stuck in childhood. The child inside of her is running her life.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. Because we need to develop the adult in us.
Yeah.
So that what we did in the constellation was to separate the child from the adult and begin to learn for her to accept that part of her that's not fulfilled, but to begin to see how can she fulfill those needs in many other ways. Not in a needy way, but in a mature way.
So we have on our live Facebook, we already have Kathleen, Shannon, and Jadina. So they are watching. If you have any questions, comments, please post it on. We'll read your comments and then we'll talk about it.
Shannon is Reading it?
Shannon is here, Jerina is here, Kathleen Casanova is here.
Kathleen who?
Kathleen Crimmins Casanova.
Oh, that's my sister-in-law.
Okay, yeah, so they're here. Okay, yeah, so post your comments, we talk about it. Okay, so now let's talk about, there's another thing which struck me, was that when we are in this childhood needy state, looking as an adult, looking for a partner, the choice that we will make would also take us to ditch, take us to another problem. Is that, yeah?
Well, it could possibly do, because when you have a mature relationship in a couple, it is give and take.
Yeah,
So you need to go to an adult goes to a partner full and shares.
yeah,
But if you go with a child, you begin to request too many things of the husband.
yeah,
Don't leave me, stay with me all the time. For example, talk to me all the time. And so most partners cannot fulfill that.
yeah,
And then if the needs are not fulfilled, then there is fights. And eventually the marriage is not an equal give and take, and two adults sharing what they have instead of fulfill my needs or I don't feel.
okay, okay, okay. And then this one sentence was that, I'm looking at the other side now, that the people who get attracted to this kind of woman, you said something like they're most likely manipulative people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah?
Because they sense, oh, this person is needy.
Yeah.
So, for example, a lot of predators, I know that I had friends who had men who took all their money. They pretended, I love you, you are wonderful, and said wonderful things, and then when they gained their trust, they took their bank account.
Yeah.
It's an example out of many
Right. Right.
of scamming.
Yeah. And then you said a full person, a complete person, wouldn't be interested in in a relationship with this kind of person anyway.
No, if you're a mature adult, you want to share.
Yeah.
You don't want to fulfill, it's not fulfilling for a mature person
Okay.
to start fulfilling the needs of a hungry, emotionally hungry adult.
Okay.
So they would not be attracted to that.
Okay.
Because a mature person needs somebody equal, another mature person.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to add, or you're finished with this?
No, I think this has been a great conversation
Okay.
with you and in this wonderful place.
Okay, so we'll keep talking as we do more constellations, we find more interesting topics, we'll keep posting, keep joining us. Bye-bye.